In Movies and Money, they're back. Movie fans packed theaters, driving up those Thanksgiving holiday box office numbers so good, it just might be enough to be back to normal since the COVID crisis. Let's find out more from movie man Erik Childress, founder of the Movie Madness podcast. Moana 2 setting a new Thanksgiving record with $221 million in tickets sold, Erik.
Now that is more than double of the previous record holder, The Hunger Games Catching Fire, made back in 2013 in its impressive second weekend. $225 million is the 13th best 5-day start in box office history, and with over $400 million in the bank worldwide, it is already one of the 10 highest grossing films of the year. It is so powerful that it already leapfrogged Wicked's worldwide gross, and that's nothing to sneeze at either. The musical made $118 million over the holiday for the second highest Thanksgiving haul ever, and will be passing $300 million domestic this week, and is currently headed somewhere between $400 and $500 million just in North America. Now the big three, as you mentioned, was rounded out by Ridley Scott's Gladiator 2. That's something for the guys too, despite its mediocrity. It made $44 million and is headed for around $175 million domestic. It is also already over $325 million worldwide, and is going to need to hit the $500 million mark and then some for it to be a success by the time it leaves theaters. But the theaters themselves are the ones that are truly celebrating this week, as the box office looks poised to have the best year since before the pandemic.
Hollywood tends to scale back on wide releases the week after a major holiday. Anything new catching your eye this weekend?
Well, there is one wide release this weekend. It's called Y2K from Y2K. It is the directorial debut of Kyle Mooney, formerly of Saturday Night Live, who fashions a horror comedy of what would have happened if that calendar crisis from 1999 actually happened. It premiered at South by Southwest back in March to a rather mixed response. Now, also much interesting are two other limited releases to keep an eye out for. The Order with Jude Law is based on a real FBI investigation into a white supremacist group that went on to murder radio host Alan Berg in the 1980s. It's a solid and scary piece of true crime that will go great with the new show The Madness with Coleman Domingo on Netflix right now. Now also, if you want a pretty amusing horror comedy, there is Getaway with Nick Frost and Aislinn B, who take their family on vacation to a part of the world intent on keeping alive a horrific tradition. Look for those this week.
That's a pair of recommendations there. Do you have a film that can be streamed at home?
I do, Angie, and it premiered on Max last week, and it is called Yacht Rock, a documentary. For those that find it necessary to sing inside theaters during Wicked, well, first off, don't. And secondly, do it at home for this very entertaining film about the soft rock that permeated radios throughout the late 70s and early 80s that was ultimately dubbed Yacht Rock by an online show that paid tribute and had fun with the style of music and the artist who created it. We're talking about guys like Michael McDonald, Christopher Cross, and how all roads somehow point to Steely Dan.
The term yacht rock emerged from a comedy show.
All of a sudden, this new genre we made up started to get embraced by the world.
Now, the film is not just a celebration of the musical style, but goes into the process and collaboration of the songwriters and singers responsible for them. Now, we can all use a little soothe during the holidays of these times, and if Christopher Cross's Sailing isn't the most soothing song ever created, I don't know what is. Yacht Rock, a documentary, is on Max right now, so check it out.
You are singing my tune. Yacht Rock is sailing into my watch list. Thank you, Erik.
Thank you, Angie.